People don't want this man to come into Australia. Who is Herzog? Israel's president lands in Australia on Monday.
There is a great deal of controversy attached to Herzog's arrival.
Herzog has been a famous name in Israel for a while. He is the head of state, a ceremonial role that represents Israel, while Netanyahu as Prime Minister is head of government, part of the chain of command.
Historically, these two men were political rivals.
Herzog led the Labour Party and was more of a centrist.
But what we have seen in recent years from Herzog is a hardening of his position. He's moved more towards the position of that of Netanyahu's right-wing coalition.
He has become supportive of illegal Israeli settlements in the West Bank, repeated the official line that deflects Israeli responsibility for starvation in Gaza, signed an Israeli artillery shell being prepared to be dropped on Gaza, and was named by a UN independent commission of inquiry as having incited genocide against the Palestinian people.
He said in the days after the October 7 attacks, it's an entire nation out there that is responsible. It is not true, this rhetoric about civilians who are not aware and not involved. It is absolutely not true. He's since ameliorated that language. He sort of walked that back and says, yes, there are some civilians who weren't involved, who weren't complicit. But certainly that initial bellicosity has resonated.
And there are no one involved became a slogan, chanted by Israeli soldiers deployed to Gaza. And written in Hebrew on an IDF watchtower in the West Bank.
While politically, the office of president doesn't hold significant political power, he doesn't command the military, he has significant influence, great influence on the tone and tenor and the language that the president of a state, that a head of state uses.
Australia's government say they invited him to foster a greater sense of unity following the Bondi terror attack.
The Executive Council of Australian Jewry also says it will bring tremendous comfort to the families of the Bondi victims.
But support for his visit is not universal amongst Australia's Jewish community.
Sarah Schwartz, who heads the Jewish Council of Australia, says inviting a foreign head of state who is implicated in an ongoing genocide as a representative of the Jewish community is deeply offensive.
And there have been promises from across the country to protest his arrival.
Even in Sydney, where there are currently very harsh restrictions on protests, limiting where protests can happen, there are promises that people will still come to the streets on Monday next week and protest his arrival.